Well, by golems, I finally got myself hands on this Russell Reserve 15. Welcome to Bourbon Forage Fishing. Man, I'm behind. I've been wanting to get this. People are ranting and raving about it. Even whispers of Bourbon of the Year. I don't know. It is a 15-year age statement. Impressive. 58.6% alcohol. Limited release 2024. Let's get into this bad boy. Let's just get right into it. I'm excited. This is definitely a very hyped up bottle. So far, all the special release stuff from Wild Turkey I've been impressed with. So let's see if that trend continues. Absolutely fucking phenomenal nose. Holy schlit, blah, blah, blah. Wow. Okay, this is a little bit atypical of turkey. Oh yeah, that extra age. Wild Turkey ages really nicely. Man, I think it could use even a little bit more time in the barrel. It wouldn't hurt it. So Wild Turkey, I usually get, obviously there's a smokiness, almost slight scotchiness I get with turkey. With that, usually almost always a very candied peanut thing. So there's like a candied peanut with some tobacco and some smokiness. Usually I pick up on the nose with this. However, the tobacco-ness and smokiness, like scotchiness, is there, but that age is creating that lacquer, that slightly shoe polishy, but black licorice note. But the black licorice is like almost black licorice dark cherry candy. Yeah, there's a very, very black licorice / cherry candy note on this that is a little atypical of Wild Turkey, and it's just absolutely freaking incredible. I love this nose. So good. It's cherry. It's almost maybe like slightly grape drinky. Not grape. Definitely not grape, but very, very dark purpley grape drinky a little bit. Wow. The nose is really, really phenomenal. Let's go into the palate here. Okay, so initial sip, initial drink, coming through is, right from the beginning, as far as I can tell, is that cherry candy, a little bit of the black licorice. It's sort of dull and muted a bit, I'm going to say. I'm surprised. The flavor is there, the sweetness is there, but it's not really powerful, and I'm kind of disappointed with that. The mid is nice. It just kind of unfolds. Cherry candy, kind of licorice. The licorice, that black licorice shoe polishy that you get with older bourbons, starts kicking in the finish. You start tasting it really good. There's some barrel spice that kicks in. Of course, the typical tobacco notes and scotchy peatiness is there. It's very good bourbon. The flavors are a bit more muted and duller than I was hoping. It feels like that dark cherry and black licorice on the nose isn't quite coming through on the palate, unfortunately. Okay. Very good bourbon. Very good. Very solid. Not as much flavor. Not as much pop. Not as much sweetness. The flavors don't pop like they do on the nose. That's definitely a discount. Yeah, a little bit disappointed on the palate, I'm not gonna lie. It's very good, it's very good. It's just not the punch of flavor that I was hoping for. And I feel like if I'm gonna put this next to like a Buffalo Trace or a Coy Hill or a Parker's, I think those ones are gonna punch me with a lot more flavor. Little muted, little dull. But the flavors that are there are absolutely phenomenal. They're delicious. The dark cherry candy doesn't come through as much as I wanted. God, when I smelled this and nosed this thing, I thought, holy crap, this is going to be like a candy cherry bomb. It's going to just fill my mouth like a Jolly Rancher or something. It's going to be absolutely incredible. But it's just not quite there as much as I wanted. Yep, having had another sip, yeah, it's cherry candy. Whew, good barrel spice on the end. It drinks very smooth. You know, it doesn't feel particularly oily to me or viscous. The mouthfeel doesn't feel particularly phenomenal. At 15 years, you think there would be a more creamed element, like that buttery creaminess and I'm not getting a ton of that oiliness and creaminess that I would think you would get from a 15-year. It feels a bit thin for a 15-year. I'm being hypercritical right now. Of course, this is a phenomenal bottle, but I'll be honest, I was expecting it to be a bit better than it was. Is it a buy bottle? Yes. In Washington State, I had to pay like $300 for this. Would I buy another bottle? More than likely to trade or something. This is definitely not a contender for Bourbon of the Year. Absolutely not. No way. This is not going to hold up to a GTS or a WLW or Coy Hill. It's just not. It's very good. I think this is probably more in the department of a really, like, on the same tier as a solid batch of Stag Jr. or a really good barrel proof Taylor batch. I don't see this as a legit BTAC competitor. Although it is very good, it's just not the elite of the elite, which I was hoping it would be. You know, as we know, a lot of bourbon distilleries are putting out more and more elite, special release, limited release stuff, and obviously the gold standard is WLW and GTS. They're not quite there yet. They're not quite there. It needs more flavor. Honestly, it needs more flavor. It's a little muted, a little dull. I like where it's going. If they can more flavor and not increase the oakiness much more, I don't know if that involves putting it in a cooler environment for a couple more years, maybe, and upping the sweetness. I don't know, but yeah, I think, you know, they're definitely headed in the right direction. This is a great product. I was just hoping for a little bit more from it. With the price tag, I would probably score this an A-. You know, same, like I said, Stag Jr., something like that, but I can get a Stag Jr. for $80. And this is $300, so... no, there it is. Not Bourbon of the Year. Nah, very solid, very good. And I do look forward to drink it more, maybe letting it open up, and who knows, maybe my palate will change. I haven't drank much lately, so my palate may change, and maybe I'll change my score with this a little bit better. But again, great bourbon. Not a Bourbon of the Year. Not elite. Very, very solid, though. Very good. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you've been enjoying the channel. The channel's growing so much, and it's because of you, and I really appreciate you. Thank you for watching Bourbon Forward Fishing. Take care of yourself.